Okay, so before I talk about the recent episode of Made in Abyss, something needs to be said about Anime Strike. I've mentioned this in a couple of other shows that are on Anime Strike, but I need to talk about it because it's straight up getting infuriating with how many times it's starting to happen. Once again, Made in Abyss was delayed. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm fine with things getting delayed. I'm fine with series taking breaks because of holidays, if someone is sick. I'm completely fine with that. I have discussed this many times in the past. However, Anime Strike is a subscription that requires you to have Amazon Prime and Anime Strike. And that's a double paywall. And let's not even get started in the fact that this is not offered to others outside of certain countries. So, because of that, many are resorted to go to other methods or means to watch said series. So, it's really infuriating that Made in Abyss is always having delays, or other series like Welcome to the Ballroom, Princess Principal, and then other series from last season, Recreators, all of that, all of these series, Shingeki no Bahamut. All of these anime are always getting fucking delays by Anime Strike, and it's straight up getting annoying. It is super freaking annoying. When you pay a double paywall just to watch these shows and legally support anime, and they constantly fuck you every single week with either a full 24-hour delay, or they fuck you for a 3-hour delay, and you don't even know when these series are gonna be up. I mean, that's not even talking about the web browser, or the web page, or whatever, with the fucking web player constantly crashing or not working, just like... Like, I'm just so... tilted right now. I'm legit tilted. I got up early this morning to watch the episode of Made in Abyss, and it wasn't out. I go to Anime Strike, I'm like, are you serious? Are you serious? I spend money for this, and you don't even have it at the time you say you're gonna have it? It really annoys me. It does. So, anyways, with that being said, let's talk about the episode. I'm sorry, this stuff pisses me off. When I pay for a service, I expect it to fucking work. And in all honesty, if I didn't care about these series or whatever, I honestly wouldn't pay for Anime Strike. I wouldn't. If I didn't care about these series and wanted to watch them and support anime, I wouldn't pay. Because this service is absolute fucking shit. So anyways, the latest episode of Made in Abyss. Okay, so Osen is a character I want to talk about first. Let's talk about her design. I know I've been talking about that for the past couple episodes, but it's something that needs to be dived into once again with this episode. With her outfit and all that, she looks like she has no neck. Like, it looks like she's the Hunchback of Notre Dame when you see her design in this episode. And I even went to Twitter. You can even check my Twitter feed. I went to Twitter and mentioned her neck. I'm like, does she even have a neck? And no fucking joke. Literally, like, a couple of minutes later, after I posted, I continued watching the episode, and Osen moved her neck up, and then there was a cracking sound, like her neck was not in proper alignment with her body, and she had to pop it back into place like a proper human being, and I'm like, whoa, I just did not think that character trait would actually be a thing. So, her neck, the way her body and all that was, how she was hunched over with her neck, looks like it was like a turtle or something, that was a legit thing that was with her character design, and then when she popped her head out, you hear the cracking sound. I'm like, that's really, really creepy. It makes you really wonder what is behind her and all that in her outfit, like her shoulders and stuff, for her to do something like that when she leans over with her outfit. I'm very curious. However, though, that was a tiny little detail I just did not expect to be very vital in the episode, and I'm just gonna say, well done, Made in Abyss. Well done for that little trait with Osen's character. I really like her even more now, not just because of the unique hairstyle or her creepy nature. I just like these little traits that her character has that makes her stand out. So, let's also talk about her personality. So, first things first, we all know that when Osen was first introduced, it seemed like she was evil, or someone that was very creepy, and she didn't really care about Riko at all. Riko or Reg, she just wanted him to get the fuck out of there. And now we can see that she's been honest since the very beginning, but at the same time, though, she does have some form of honor and respect for Riko. She actually looks after her and cares for her, and she loves her enough to actually speak the truth and say what she wants to say. We get multiple flashbacks throughout the episode with Osen and get to see how she interacted with Riko's mother and see how, she was as a person a long time ago. And for the most part, you can see that she's very similar to how she is now, but you can see that because of how time has passed, you can see she has lost a lot. She has lost someone she truly cared about. For instance, Riko's mother. She is no longer there. She made the final journey. She dived into the abyss, the deeper layers, and she can no longer return. And so it's like she lost a great friend, or like a child, basically, and she was upset that, she was gone. And you can see how she has kind of changed because of that. And with Riko finally coming back into her life, Osen's life, Osen has to give farewell also to this girl, Riko, that she's finally getting to talk with, which is very sad, because from the flashback, you see where Liza, or whatever, how you pronounce her name, she's in her bed, she's laying down, she's weak and all that after having, a child. The child was stillborn, and obviously Riko is dead, but we know what exactly happened. But, she lost a child, she lost her husband, and she was just very sick because of the abyss and all that, and so she just wanted to be left alone. And you have to where Osen walks out and all that, just talking about, this is messed up, how much of a burden she has right now, and how the child had to die like that. You can see Osen wasn't trying to be mean to the child. You can just see the way she was talking, she felt very bad for, Riko's mother, and just didn't really know what to do. But then when you hear the child whine, you can actually see some form of sparkle in Osen's eyes to show that she does deeply care, and it was actually some form of happiness. And when you have the communication between Riko's mother and Osen, and they're talking about, hey, I want to dive in the abyss, and the reason why I'm doing that is because I know if I was to stay up here, I wouldn't allow her to journey in any path she wants to take. For instance, you would have it to where Riko's mother wouldn't allow Riko to do anything she wants. For instance, go into the abyss, endanger herself. And she also didn't want to be separated from the abyss, so she wanted to dive into it. But at the same time, though, she wanted to honor Riko's choice and what path she wants to take with her life. She doesn't want to trample all over it. So that's why she decided to leave and go down below. And then Riko is now chasing after her, also because of one reason she was brought back and she wants to crawl towards the abyss, but also because of her mother. So we have two major reasons why Riko wants to go down. Anyways, though, I do like the exchange of information. Getting to see what Liza meant to Osen, how they were as friends. You could see more of like a mother and daughter type relationship going on there. And it really makes you wonder if we'll ever get to meet Osen ever again. Like, once, our characters leave, will she ever pop back up, and will she ever try to journey down to meet the person she once called friend, or like a daughter, basically? Will she ever go back down and try to find her? I'm curious if that would happen, because we do know that white whistles are crazy, and I wonder if they would go down, or like one of them would journey down with Riko and Reg. But, anyways, though, let's talk about the actual, I guess, development of the characters, the two main characters, Riko and Reg. So, Riko and Reg, they go through their survival training for 10 days, and overall, they managed to overcome it. They actually surpassed all odds, and they managed to overcome the issues that faced them, and we got to see some of their flaws, but also we got to see how they can overcome many things that stand before them. We have to a Reg, he is someone that's very strong, he has a sturdy body, but he doesn't really have a good head on his shoulders. He's someone that is quick to frighten, and he doesn't really know what to do. He can't really think that far ahead. While someone like Riko, she's very weak, she can't really fight, but she's very brainy, like she knows what to do. And so these two characters, they have both things that each other lack, and they can help each other journey down into the abyss. So they're going to need to work together, and they're going to have to work together to be able to make it down below. Now, one last thing I do really want to discuss is the music of this episode. Shout out to the composer and everyone that worked on the music of this episode. That was some beautiful stuff I listened to. Like, hands down, probably the best music I've heard from Summer of Anime 2017. That was really, really emotional music. That music had me, honestly, just feeling sad and all that when you saw the farewell of Osen and Liza, how they just split apart, and you saw that scene with the music in the background. I'm like, that's beautiful. So, overall, Made in Abyss is a really good series. I think it's a wonderful series. It continues to surpass all expectations every single week. It's done a very good job with a lot of setups I've been seeing throughout the episodes, to the character development, characterization, and I mean, for this series to only have, I think, 13 episodes, it really weirds me out, because so far, there's only 13 episodes that have been announced for this, and makes you wonder. Are they trying to prep us up for a potential season 2? Because I don't know if there's enough content to make a season 2 or whatever, or a 24 episode series. I think there's like only 40 plus or so chapters of, you know, Made in Abyss. So it makes you wonder, since they're going so slow paced, are they planning on adapting everything properly or waiting for more content to come out before they can make a season 2? I'm very curious about that. What is the plan of, you know, Made in Abyss? Why is, you know, the series just so slow paced when we're probably not going to get the crazy stuff that probably happens in the manga that many were hyping up? I'm just very curious about that, and I wonder what the company has in mind. I mean, if the series grows popular, maybe it'll have a season 2. But speaking of popular, this is another subject I want to discuss before I end this video. Anime strike is killing popularity of anime series. That is the first thing I want to say. You're probably asking, like, what the fuck you talking about? Number one, with anime strike being legal, which is a good thing, it's a good thing that, you know, there's more legal ways to obtain anime. However, because of the new way to obtain this series, like Made in Abyss, it makes it where some individuals can't access it, because not everybody has the money. Let's just be honest with each other, just point blank. Not everybody has the money to pay behind a double paywall. Amazon Prime and Anime Strike. Not everybody has the money to fucking do that. That's just common sense. But then on top of that, not everybody lives in the countries that Anime Strike or Amazon Prime is supported in. So they can't really watch the series legally, which fucking sucks. And I feel like the way Amazon is and how Anime Strike is set up, it's actually hurting the anime industry more than it's really helping. I mean, it might be helping out the companies or studios, but it's not giving a lot of publicity to these series because not many people are going to watch them, because there's many out there that only watch stuff that they can legally watch, which I am completely fine with. That's a good thing to do. That's a great mentality. However, because of how the series is set up, it's not easy to access like Crunchyroll is, or Funimation, Hulu, Netflix. Even Netflix is kind of bullshit, yes, but it's still a little bit better to access than Anime Strike. So, I'm really upset with how Anime Strike handles a lot of these series. Like, for instance, Shingeki no Bahamut. It's a series that's suffered quite a bit now, thanks to Amazon picking it up, because now, not many people really even watch the series or discuss it, because either the schedule's so fucked up because Anime Strike doesn't know how to upload it properly, or you have it to where just not many people are going to want to watch it on Anime Strike. So, it's upsetting. It's really, really upsetting with how things are being handled, and I feel like a lot of shows are being killed because of it. I feel like Recreators would be a lot more popular if it wasn't for Anime Strike. But anyways, enough with getting off topic. I want to end this video here. You all have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.